From a standpoint with the coaches,
Yeah, with coaches, with players.
we have the players on Sunday. The biggest thing we emphasize on Sunday, really more than anything, was just picking things out that were basics of whether it's run defense, pass defense, that will always occur in everything we do that we didn't get done. There was some real, like for example, just straight off the top of my head, one of the things in the pass game is underneath coverage. The outside curl player, when 3 goes away, he has to wall 2. Well, we didn't do that twice. Once was a backer, once was a nickel. Real simple deal. The underneath coverage on a 3rd and 20. I mean, we're standing down there at 8 and then trying to drop back to 18 yards and they complete an over route. Alignment on the backside of a 3-by-1. Just different things like that that are basic to what we do. Nothing that was exotic or anything like that, because there was no reason to just absolutely beat this team up over a game. I mean, the biggest thing is, number one, that we all know that it was unacceptable as far as the outcome of the game. Nobody foresaw that. Nobody wanted that to happen. But the thing that was concerning was that some of the basics, eye discipline, reactions to certain, where your eyes belong, how do you react to the number 2, how you react to a guard or what have you. Some of those things were really lacking at times, especially as the game went on. And those are the things that we wanted to make sure we looked at and said, hey, this is what should happen, or hey, what should have happened here? Well, how can you correct yourself on this?
Why do you think fatigue became an issue?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't know. You'd have to ask the players. But it's the same thing with the player. We can go over and over and wonder why, and there's probably too many reasons that could be or would be the reason why. That's not going to solve anything, at least for us. I know you might want an answer to that, but if I knew why, I would have done something during the course of the game, and it didn't start good from the get-go. Period. Okay, so they score, on a turnover early. We go on the field. We actually managed to get them to a great situation, 3rd and 20. We had a little zone pressure and had the quarterback hemmed up in there. And really they only had the one route open that was to throw to. And we had an opportunity to have 2 people underneath the route, and we didn't have either one deep enough. And they end up converting that. Prior to that, we had another situation on the 3rd down when we end up losing contain. There was no reason to lose contain. We just did. And then all of a sudden, here comes the snowball. Like I said, if I had a specific answer, I mean, we know the things that we needed to correct, both the fundamentals of the execution. So we tossed around some things that, hey, we would do this possibly differently the next time, and then put it in a file and then get ready to go with Minnesota.
Mark, Mike mentioned when things started to go bad, guys trying to do too much, sometimes or do more than they needed. Is that kind of a natural reaction sometimes by guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's Mike's words, and he's the head coach, and I guess I'll agree with him. But at the same time, I don't know. Whenever you're competing, whenever you take on any task in life, the most important thing to do is to get yourself focused in on the task at hand and what you need to do. I don't know if I would say that it was that somebody was trying to do too much, as opposed to, well, hey, this is the situation I'm in. it's not going the way I want to, and this is happening. You know, like for Aaron Williams, you know, his game got off to a pretty tough start. I mean, he did a great job. He came inside the X receiver, replaced the crack. This guy comes barreling down inside, just absolutely knocks the crap out of him. In the meantime, here comes the guard, pull him, and you know he hits there. So he takes 2 out. The problem was that the guard, you know, outweighed him by over 200 pounds, and then had the nerve to actually slam him to the guard. So I mean, he got banged around a little bit. So I mean, he might have a little bit of that on his mind. I don't know, but knowing Aaron, no, because he's a hell of a competitor. But just things that happened during the course of the game, I think that's where a little bit of where we went wrong. You know, we just didn't stay on that edge and just stay focused, as opposed to being concerned about maybe the overall situation at times. Because same guys in the same situation in the course of the year, you know, right up until that game, 8 games worth, you know, made similar plays or reactions to the same stimuli as maybe they didn't in that game at times.
Identify the explanation for the missed tackles, missed sacks. Seems like you had some opportunities to make plays.
Yeah,
Just couldn't finish.
yeah, you know, I don't. You know, again, it's be speculation. Now I know this: Ohio State's a good football team. We come from the backside, untouched, quarterback sitting right there, just to absolutely, you know, drill, and we miss. At the same time, the quarterback had the presence to duck and then get out of there. So, you know, again, that's just what it is. It's speculation, and I don't know. Ohio State's a good football team. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And you have to be at your best against the best. And it's obvious, you know, coaching, playing, you know, we weren't on Saturday.
Initial thoughts of Minnesota?
Initial thoughts? I think right now, you know, they've kind of found, you know, their niche. They've kind of found what's working for them, and the players that will be in the rotation from a standpoint of getting their touches, whether it be run or pass. Big up front, you know, I think they average somewhere right around 6'6" and right around, you know, 320, 325 pounds up front. 3 solid guys playing the tight end position. 1 that's a consistent player that's in line. The other 2 are more H. They move them around. They'll even show up as a fullback at times. Sometimes just as an H off the, whether it's the open side or the tight end side, and they move him around quite a bit. Inside zone, what we call divide, but still zone play on the inside. They run some power stuff, you know, whether it's one guard pulling or sweep with 2 people pulling. Play action comes off of it. They like to get the ball to their slot. Wolartowski, he leads their team in receptions, sure-handed receiver. You know, senior, again, quarterback, so, you know, he's got a, again, firm grasp of the concepts within their offense. The one thing that's different with him this year that they didn't do last year, they're actually running him. They don't necessarily just run him off the edge by himself. For the most part, they block for him when he runs with the ball, but he's running quite a bit. He actually has, I think, 4 rushing touchdowns, and they're not necessarily off scrambles. And then on third down, they've done a good job from a standpoint of moving the chains. Again, knowing who they want to get the ball to, you know, to how they want to get there, whether it's protection based or you know, getting the quarterback outside the pocket. So they're just solid. I mean, they've won 4 games in a row. They've played, you know, 2 common opponents with Illinois and Purdue. You know, beat them pretty handily. And they've closed out a few games late, you know, so they're staying with it. They're finishing well in the 4th quarter. And, you know, so for us, a big deal is going to be stopping their run game. You've got to do that with this team. They do want to run. If they can, they'll just keep running the ball and they'll only throw when they absolutely have to. But we need to do that, and then on third downs, obviously, get off the field. It'll be a physical game up front.
When you get a game like this, like, and you know the previous game in Ohio State, it's difficult to, you know, it was a tough loss. How do you kind of process the next 24 hours? Like, what's your approach?
You mean as far as just getting ready for this game here with the players?
Reviewing that one and then kind of turning the page. Like, how do you?
Well, here's the deal. This is a little earlier. I said this. One thing we did on defense, we took the plays that we felt we broke down in really just fundamentals and just things that we do every day within the schematics of what we do. So we took that. We made sure the players saw that. Hey, we could correct these. Some of these other things, we just need to do this. There was no sense, for me, in my estimation, just absolutely just beating them up. I mean, you beat yourself up, beat them up. I mean, it's too late for that. But at the same time, we understood that it was unacceptable as to what happened. And then, guess what? Let's get ready for Minnesota. We can't have a hangover. You know, this is a 7-2 football team that was how many? A handful of plays from being 8-0 going to Ohio State. You could tell, a little bit of, guys are a little quieter and this and that, but that's what one game like that will do to you. And it's our job, it's the players' job to not let that linger and hang over. We need to go out and get ready for this game, and I think every day as we get closer to the next game, it'll get better. It has to.
If you had to play, kind of like Muhammad Berry this week, what kind of strides has he made?
I mean, anybody we put on the field, we've got confidence in the fact that they'll do the job. And he has made a lot of strides. Is he Dedrick Young? Is he Josh Banderas? From a standpoint of assignments and whatnot, probably not. But we'll get him ready. Trent will get him ready if that's the case. If he had to play, hopefully he won't have to play. I don't know. But if he does, let's go.
Mark?
You good?